Hello, everyone. Welcome to Replenish. This is an atmosphere of discovery. We are going to discover the master's plan. So today the session is on confidence. Today's session is on confidence. So confidence is a certainty, right? It's an assurance and appreciation of your abilities and your qualities. Because you are secure in who you are, there is an evident boldness in you that's not afraid to take risks, that's not afraid to make hard decisions. And I don't mean like taking risks in ignorance, where you're going around doing things that is detrimental to you or that is harming others. I'm talking about not having any fear because of insecurities, okay? So there's a lot of things that we don't do because we lack confidence. And it's not that you didn't have a great idea or that you're not smart enough or creative enough or that you're not a problem solver. It's simply because you lack the confidence to move or speak on that great idea, right? So if you have been assessing your value, if you've been taking in, why you think the way you do about yourself, about different things that you have come up with, if you've been assessing why you always introduce your weakness first to people, if you've been finding out who has shaped these false perspectives in your life, then you should have been recognizing and accepting your value and accepting that it is far beyond what you have created it to be or have believed it to be. So your appreciation for your abilities and the qualities of your character, it should have been growing every week. Okay. So your confidence grows based on what you feed it. Your confidence grows based on what you feed it. Your abilities, your qualities, your judgments are leveled by your trust in these areas. So when you trust your abilities, you increase a level, right? It is based on your confidence. When you trust the quality of your character, you will increase in stature, right? Which is your reputation, it's your influence. When you trust your judgments, you increase the difficulty of your decision making, right? You can make better decisions, and it doesn't matter how hard the decision is, right? Your confidence is a certainty that can be relied on and trusted. Your confidence is steered by your courage to overcome fear, right? Being assured of who you are will boost your confidence. And that's why I'm always talking about being your authentic self. When you know you're being you, that builds a level of confidence that you cannot get from someone else praising you, right? You have the confidence to make good decisions, right? Your confidence supersedes even your own expectations. Your confidence allows you to prevail through tough times. You won't easily fall or fail. And when you do fail, right, it will be a lesson. It won't be a breakdown when you are a confident person. Okay. Guarding your confidence, it prevents procrastination. Guarding your confidence, making sure you're feeding it positive things, right? There are sometimes we may behave or speak in negative ways, and we have to recognize, okay, that was negative. You don't internalize it. Okay. Guarding your confidence prevents procrastination. All procrastination is not laziness. Okay. You can procrastinate because you're a perfectionist, right? It's not perfect, so you're not going to do it. You can procrastinate because you're always overdoing things. You're doing way more than what you need to do. So because you can't do way more than what you need to do, you'll procrastinate, right? Some of us overthink, right? You won't do it because you're thinking too hard about it. And it's something really simple. Sometimes you can create a mountain out of a molehill, right? You're making things bigger than what they are. So it causes you to stop and not do anything. Some people, they avoid doing certain things because they're just stubborn. Just because someone told them that this is what you should do, they don't want to do it because someone else told them to do it, right? Also, you can be too busy dreaming instead of doing. We have a lot of dreamers. They have all of these dreams and these big goals, but they won't do it. So it just stays this big dream, excellent dream, but you never do anything towards it. When you're a dreamer, when you envision things, make sure you are doing things toward that vision, toward that dream. All these things can cause you to procrastinate, but all of them is filtered through your level of confidence. Okay? In order to build your confidence, you have to start putting it to work. In order to build your confidence, you have to start putting it to work. You must practice it. Okay? You cannot be lazy. You cannot lack discipline, or you will not build it. And so there's a difference between positive self-confidence and negative self-confidence. Okay? Negative self-confidence is a low perspective. Okay, remember we talked about our attitudes and how that affects our altitude. That is negative self-confidence is a low perspective. And so people often confuse pride, ego, and arrogance with confidence. But these are the responses to confidence in self without regard to others, without care of how you're making people feel. So that's why it's a low perspective. Okay, true confidence doesn't have to make other people feel low. Okay, it encourages them to be confident as well. Pride, ego, and arrogance can also be fear responses, right? Low perspective, insecure people boast on themselves because they fear somebody is better than them, right? You've seen those type of confident people, right? Low perspective, insecure people are arrogant because they fear what you think about them. You've seen those type of confident people, right? You have people that are egotistical because they fear not being valued, right? But a confident person takes those risks to overcome those types of fears. So you want to be positively confident, right? That means the people around you, their confidence is building because your confidence is not causing them to feel low, okay? When you have trust issues, it can challenge your confidence in a way that causes you to go from positive confidence to negative confidence, where you try now to overpower people, where you try to control them and demean them and abuse them in order to build trust in yourself. That is the result of negative self-confidence. It produces domination, intimidation, and manipulation. Negative self-confidence produces domination, intimidation, and manipulation. And this is not the confidence that God has placed in you. This is planted in you from the kingdom of darkness, okay? It's the negative form of confidence, which is the foundation of witchcraft. Those three things, domination, intimidation, and manipulation, those are the foundation of witchcraft, right? So one of the negative forms of confidence, as I just stated, is intimidation. And intimidation is always strongest at moments of transition or transformation. Whenever you're getting ready to make a big decision, whenever you're getting ready to change your life or change the life of others, here comes intimidation, right? Overconfident people can slip into negative self-confidence when they don't consider the desires of other people. Right? You don't have to bring other people low to raise yourself up. You do not need to have that crab in a bucket mentality. Okay? When you're confident and the people around you are gaining confidence, that's positive confidence. If you look around you and you're super confident and everybody else around you lack confidence, you might want to check it. Okay? When controlling people omit their obsessions and anxieties, they secretly lack confidence, even though they may appear to have it all together. And if these types of people can face the things that they omit and conquer them, then they will open themselves up to receive knowledge of the truth, right? I know you all have heard the truth shall set you free. Your insecurities can cause lack of confidence, and your insecurities are also formed by lack of confidence, okay? Your lack of passion, drive, and motivation, it stems from lack of confidence and insecurity. It's not always laziness. So when you think about people that lack confidence, don't always assume it's because they're lazy. Okay, they might be insecure. Okay, they lack passion because they're not certain of who they are. They have no confidence in their abilities. And some people, you can tell them every single day how good they are, but if they don't accept it, they won't be that. Okay? Uncertainty, self-doubt, lack of protection, being in danger and open to attack, and instability are results of insecurity and lack of confidence. Okay? So you partner with the truth. You want to gain confidence, you have to tell the truth to yourself. Don't allow people to lie to you. If you know that wasn't your best, give it your best. Don't settle because someone said, "Oh, that's really good," but you know what you're capable of. And you have to be assured and you have to be certain of your abilities and the qualities of your character. Regardless of what anybody else say, if you're certain about it, you will have that positive self-confidence. Okay? You have to stop listening to liars and believing lies about yourself. The people that won't tell you the truth about your instabilities is setting you up to fail. And when you fail, they're the same ones that are spreading the news of your failure when they were the ones that were encouraging it. Right? If someone knows you're not good at something, but they tell you you are, and they wait until you get in front of a group of people to laugh at you about it. If you know you're not good at something, do what you need to do to get better. Okay? Fear hides. Fear loves to hide around insecure, unconfident people. Okay? It's so easy to attach because most insecure people will accept other people's perspective of them. They have yet to discover their own value. So they place value in what other people say about them. Okay? You will have a hard time making decisions, and you will also constantly think and speak negatively about yourself, right? Insecure and unconfident people, they avoid making decisions, right? Because making a decision is risky to them, okay? Especially hard, time sensitive, right? As soon as it's something that has a deadline, you freak out because you lack confidence. You're not certain in your own judgments, okay? You will internalize and amplify your failure before it happens. Before you even know you're going to fail, you will internalize it and amplify it in your mind instead of allowing it to teach you something. Instead of saying, okay, I'm going to do this, and if I fail, I'm going to learn something, right? Lack of confidence will cause you to overthink, and that stems from the fear of being judged by others and not meeting their expectations. And a lot of time, their expectation we've created in our mind. It's not really their expectation. Now, as we learned on last session, if that's the information you gave them, right? Sometimes we speak ourselves up. And so now this is what is expected of us, or we minimize ourselves. And so now people don't expect anything from us. So if we have given them the wrong information of us, then that's on us. Okay? But don't create an expectation for someone else because you're not in their head. You can't think for them, okay? Lack of confidence causes you to compare yourself instead of appreciating your own abilities, instead of appreciating your own qualities, right? And that causes you not to be authentic because again, you're worrying about the expectation and perception from other people. But you have the ability to free yourself from this chain of insecurity, from this lack of confidence. You can make the decision to build your confidence by accepting your strengths, seeing the value in you, and appreciating it. So if you were one of the people that struggled with valuing yourself, hopefully you truly went out and found people every day to tell you your best quality, right? And those truths, right? If you chose to believe it, should have set you free from some of those things that caused you to be insecure. And it's true, we all have strengths, we all have weaknesses, but you don't lead with your weakness. Have confidence in your abilities. You're good at something. Everybody on this earth that is born is good at something, because why? They were born with a purpose, right? And your purpose will find you. It will present the opportunity for you to be great, for you to be confident. Now, if you run from it and if you reject it, whose fault is it? It's not mama's fault. It's not daddy's fault. Right? It's not your friend's fault. It's not the system's fault. It's not the man's fault. Whose fault is it? Because your purpose will find you, because it's who you were created to be. Okay? But now you have to find value in that. If you don't know your strengths, you won't find your purpose. And sometimes people speak a weakness that's not a weakness, right? Is one of those people that have that negative self-confidence, and they see that you're good at something, so they speak down on that thing. So all of your life, something that you were amazing at, you never tried it because of someone else. And so that's why we have to make sure we are not those people, where when we see someone that's good at something, praise them, encourage them, right? So make sure you're not one of those people that have that negative confidence where you are making people low in order to build yourself up. So confidence is a certainty. It is an assurance and an appreciation of your ability and your quality. So there should be an evident boldness in you that's not afraid to take risks and make hard decisions. So if that's something you have to tell yourself every day, I'm not afraid to take risks. I'm not afraid to make hard decisions. If I fail, I learned something, right? And when you learn something, you eliminate ignorance. How good is that, right? Now you know what not to do, or now you know what to do better. So we have to stop looking at failure as a stop sign and look at it as a part of the growth process, right? It's not a failure. If you're still breathing, it's not a failure. You can go and do it again and do it the right way. So all of those low perspectives, those negative things that you constantly speak on yourself, right? You have to change every one of them. You have to be conscious of those things. Every one of them. Every time you do it, you have to change it. In order to gain confidence, you have to build it. You have to practice it. It's not something where you do it one time, and if you've been doing and saying the same things about yourself for the last 28 years, if you do it one time, that's not going to get out all of the negativity. That's not going to build your confidence. Every time you do it, every time you think it, every time someone speaks it, and make sure we're not doing this to our children. Make sure we're not speaking constantly negative things and expecting something positive to flourish out of them. Whatever you feed it, that's what's going to come. That's what's going to grow out of it. So I want you guys to be confident. I want you to keep assessing where your values come from. And if it's not the truth, kick it out. Okay, so that concludes our session for today on confidence. And I want to say our statement, which is: today is the day for the new me. To follow the instructions, to be the example for my peers. I will be understanding. I will be more open to learn how to respond, to feel happy about all the things that once affected me. I am somebody's answer today and in the future. Go be confident, right? Appreciate yourself. Appreciate the value that you have. right? Some of us are starting all the way over. We're having to get rid of everything that we thought we knew about ourselves because we realize that's not me. That's something somebody told me about me that wasn't true. So the truth will set you free. Sometimes we have to face hard truths, right? Some of us are in careers that was somebody else's perspective. It's not what we want to do, right? But wherever your purpose is, it will find you. You don't really have to even look for it. All you have to do is be open to receive that this is my purpose, right? Your purpose will find you, and it's your job to meet it there, to show up as your authentic self, right? So you can begin to operate in what you were called to do, okay? So see you all next Friday. God bless you all.